So again, for Garcia, he needs to just keep that jab, keep that straight, keep that hook, keep that distance, and get out. He has to fight.
Does he have to fight a perfect fight?
He has to fight a perfect fight, because he in a level of boxing accomplishment, Tank has done, far more accomplishments, and
Right.
for him, this is his biggest shot, his biggest ticket when it comes down to being recognized as a real true fighter, a real true champion.
Right. Do you think this is a far stretch? I mean, his best fight would have to be Luke Campbell or Fortuna. I mean, he hasn't. It's a big stretch here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you have your ducks. You have your ducks on Garcia. You say.
Well, if I'm betting, right? If I'm betting, but if you're looking at, because it's really hard for me to really pick a fighter, because it's a matter of them utilizing a perfect game plan, right? Like, so with Garcia jabbing, I think he has the hardest fight to because he has to be perfect, near perfect when it comes down to this. Tank's gonna be Tank. He's gonna block your shot, try to get in there, and then land those big punch. And it's just a matter of him breaking down Garcia. Now, if Garcia is smart enough to get to get past that, Tank is not a volume guy. A Tank is not someone who wins rounds every rounds. He's gonna probably lose here and there, because he's setting up some shots. Now, will he be able to land those shots is the question, and he always had, but with Garcia and focusing on not getting hit with those shots, and throwing those jabs and even just tapping here and there. I mean, I give Garcia a shot, 100%. Give him a shot, but Tank is the question is, will Tank be able to sustain and get in there, or will Garcia be disciplined enough to continue the game plan? Because like Mike said, when you get hit, all that game plan goes out, right? People are gonna have the best game plan in the world. When you get hit, boom, and that's pretty much what it all comes down to, is how disciplined these fighters are in accomplishing their, in getting their game plan through.
Right. I mean, what do you think? Do you think Ryan Garcia has to specifically handpick special sparring opponents for this matchup?
So. Especially, you get a shorter guy like Tank. It's hard to fight somebody short when they know how to duck underneath, and the next thing you know, they're right in front of you. And this is how Tank has always slipped those punches and right next to you, right in front of you. And he's able to land those big shots, and he can crack, So I think that you have to specialize your sparring partners. You can't be sparring somebody who's the same height as you or just a little bit shorter. And you got to spar somebody who's way shorter than you,
Yeah. And then on another token, do you think
Tank
has
always been the shorter guy when it came that, except for the Pitbull fight. He's always been the shorter guy when it comes down to a lot of fights, and he's used to those kind of fights, but not the same style of speed as Garcia does. So he's always, So he has to have somebody who has good speed, who can. You don't have to have the power as long as they can. The thing about when I look at sparring is, it's not so much as oh man, this guy got you. I'm like, yeah, but I got him before he got me. Right? Like in the exchange. Because some guys, they're just throwing, they're punching, and then you get your shot in before all that. To me, that indicates that, oh, I already got you. It don't matter if you landed 2, 3, or 4 shots after that. Of course, I got to move my head and all that. But it's a matter of setting up your shots and landing it before you get caught with something. Because in the real fight, those matters the most.
Absolutely. And then when it comes down to the height that you said, I agree to disagree on that one due to the fact that, you know, this only competitor that was at
Yeah,
that height was Mario Barrios, right? You know, he had that height. You know, we have Ryan Garcia. You know, he is
yeah.
5'10". You know what I'm saying? But in the same token, just probably might be a better boxer than Mario Barrios, but definitely faster. Don't know if he's stronger.
Well,
Um,
let's say stronger
now
would be
has
the surprise effect, right? So like if you don't see the punch, that's where it's strong. That's where it hits you good. You know, it has to be land properly, and you don't have, yeah,
in the button,
that
like they
little
say,
pop, that
on
little
the button.
things that you don't expect is what hurts you. You know, so I know he has that power when he shots people with those shots when you don't expect those shots to hit you. You know, now Garcia Tank is going to be very vigilant when it comes down to it. His hands are always up here, you know, and he'll block here, he'll block there, he'll duck here and there. It's going to be hard to just kind of do his little snap. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he has to be mentally prepared for. That his shot might not land, but he has to come up with a different game plan. You know, because it'll mess with your mind. You know, I'm like, damn, all my plan's not working. What do I do
Mhm.
now? What do I need to do to get to this dude? And he keeps coming forward. You know, my jab, he's just blocking my jab. You know, it'll mentally drain you. You know, and that's why Tank is on the, you know, it's on the other side of I think in the odds would be the favorite.
Tank would be the favorite. Yeah, I definitely agree. Just due to, like, you know, the resume itself, you know. But in the same token, I mean, you told me your beliefs on that fight, and, you know, who would you put the bag on? You got obviously going to go the
If
under,
you're a
right?
betting man,
And
you
the
know, but
same
if
thing
you
with the
kind of look
Caleb
at the
Plant.
statistic, you know, I think that Ryan has a lot of bag to carry into this fight because of all that stuff. Um, um, the pressure of fighting this opponent with the power could mess up your mind. You know how strong his mental game is. You know, because anybody can fall at any moment in time when their mind breaks. You know, when you're mentally drained, when you're mentally broken, you just succumb to it. And we see it with a lot of people. After a while, they just fall and they don't even try. You know, you'll see a lot of that. You know, so for him, when it comes down to it, he has a lot of baggage that he needs to put, that he's going to be carrying into this fight. The pressure with Tanks coming in there, blocking his shot. There's a possibility that his shots might get blocked and slip, and then Tank comes out there, you know, comes in front of you. I mean, there is a lot that he has to deal with mentally into this fight, you know, and this is why Tank Tank is going to do what Tank does. He's just going to go out there, try to get you, try to land your punch, and then try to land his punch and his power, trying to slip the power, trying to slip the shots, you know, and go after that, you know. So when it comes down to it, the higher probability would be Tank winning this fight.